For the last couple of weeks, a ton of you, my friends, have been asking me to check this really interesting Doom mod called MyHouse.WAD, which has been causing a sensation all over the Doom forums and social media, telling me that this WAD is going to change my life and that it is also very disturbingly bizarre, which is my bread and butter, of course. It's been half a year since I last made a Doom Distrubing video, so I thought that MyHouse.WAD would be the perfect Doom mod to come back to this series. If you believe MyHouse.WAD is a great Doom mod, slap the like button and let me know down below in the comments what's the most disturbingly terrifying Doom WAD you have ever played. If I played that WAD on the next episode, I will feature all the comments that mention that WAD on the video. Anyways, let's grab our pistol, get into the yard and dive straight into my house. This video was sponsored by GamerSubs. Use code MIDNIGHT to get 10% off your order. Thank you for the support and I really hope you enjoy. This story begins the 3rd of March 2023 on the forums of Doom World. A junior member going by the name of Veg made a post called My House that said the following: excited to finally release this tribute map. Last August I lost a good childhood friend of mine and took it pretty hard. When I was visiting my hometown for his funeral, I connected with his parents, who shared with me some of his old belongings. Among them was a copy of an old map of his backed up on an old 3.5 floppy disk from high school. Thomas and I were into MA2 Doom mapping in the early 2000s, but I had never seen this map prior to uncovering it on one of the old floppy disks. As a way to paying tribute to him and all the great memories we had together, I took the plunge and installed Doom Builder in order to polish up his map and add a few modern amenities just for convenience sake. Making maps of your house was all the rage back in the day, but I felt like this is a pretty adorable and detailed tribute to my friend and a great way to share something of him with a community we loved. Miss you, Tom. After reading the post, I went straight to the WAD file and installed it. What I found was rather interesting. Inside the Google Drive you will find a journal written by Betch, or Steve Nelson, which details what Steve felt and went through while adding things to MyHouse.WAD. One thing to note here is that the further you read through his journal, the more you can see and feel that Steve was becoming insane. I took more time off of work to finish the map. After 13 years, I've got the horse, but more important, the map needs me. Without my guiding hand, the map doesn't know what to build, but I can help it, guide it. It seems to respond to my designs, changing them to match my emotional state. It knows what I'm feeling. It knows what Thomas felt. But more on that later. Another thing to note here is that Thomas was probably mentally unstable, writing things about sadness, death and despair on his diary, with also expressing those thoughts in the form of sketches. For example, Thomas made this drawing of his house and another about this dog. I think this sketch speaks for itself. He also made a sketch about a blue keycard, and the more I look into it, the more uncomfortable it makes me feel. I just can't quite put my finger on it, but there's something strange about this blue keycard. Anyways, I think it's time we start business. This journey begins with a strangely long load time. I mean, we're talking about Doom here, one of the most optimized games out in the market since the 1990s. So this struck me on a strange way. but it doesn't matter that much. And finally, we arrived to the house, or my house, or Tom's house, with the beautiful Doom 2 soundtrack welcoming our arrival. Instead of entering the house like any normal person would do, I went straight ahead into the opened garage and found myself a chainsaw. Nice. Now, I gotta be honest, now that I'm in the process of searching for a house for myself and my family, I really like the design of this house. The yard is immense, it has a well-fenced perimeter, and the house looks to be very spacious itself. In other words, my dream house. I open a garage door that leads inside the house, and I found myself some living prey. Remember, this is motherfucking Doom, and Doom wouldn't be Doom without having demons in it, so I grabbed my guns and began blasting away. This house, or my house, was filled with demons. Every room and every bathroom and every corner had demons crawling in them, so I made sure I killed every single one of them before I began investigating. I also found a PlayStation 1 in the floor, which reminded me of the sweet 1990s. The memories. While running through the house, I found a yellow keycard in this luxurious bathroom. I wonder what this is for. I went downstairs through the garage and found the house basement full of demons again. Filled them up with lead and found the yellow door, which led me to another bathroom that had the red keycard. Went upstairs to the laundry room that has the red door and found the blue keycard, the one key I need to end the game. And that's what I did. I was expecting something else to happen in this loading screen, but I just went straight to E1 M2 underholes. Knowing that I failed extremely hard, I restarted my house, but now on nightmare difficulty. Boy was I stupid. In my second playthrough I did pretty much the same thing, killed all the demons and grabbed the yellow and red keycards. Right before going for the blue keycards, I began to notice very strange things happening in the house, or my house. The chainsaw was gone. It was there on my first playthrough, but it's now missing. I noticed a soul sphere right outside, and because I am a doomer at heart, I just can't say no to a soul sphere, so I went outside to grab it and saw this. NANI?! I'm sure I cleared the entire house, but for some reason, not only are the demons back inside with new one's two-legged chain gunner, but the house has also changed. There's new paintings hanged on the wall on the garage and living room. The PlayStation 1 has been replaced by a Series X. The doors now open on a strange, non-Doom way. Mirrors now have reflections, but I can see myself in them, like if I didn't exist at all. Also, have you noticed something weird with my guns? If you are well keened in Doom modding, you would have noticed that the animations from the weapons are from the mod called Smooth Doom, letting us know that something has changed on a fundamental level, but we still need to move forward. So I went to the only place I haven't checked, that being the red door that leads to the blue keycard, and to my surprise, it now leads to the attic? This is really creepy, if I have to be honest. I've always found attics that have like this type of configuration with a window to see outside to be really creepy. And do not take it from me, but from horror movies like The Conjuring, that shit gave me nightmares. Nothing to see here. Cardboard boxes that do basically... A la verga. What's that supposed to be? How do I grab that? Well, I honestly have no idea. What I can get from this is that somehow, some way, I need to grab that Christmas sphere. I went downstairs to the living room to see if I could do anything else, and to my surprise, the door that led to the porch and the garage disappeared. Wait a minute. Where's the door to go to the outside? It's gone. Now it's a green. Did I just put on the green shirt? But then I remembered that there was a door on the service room downstairs that led to the garage upstairs, so I went to check if it was still there, and it was gone too. How can I go outside now? While I was thinking what I should do next, this happened for some reason. The entrances are all gone. Do not scare me like that again. Ah! What the... This is the point in my journey where I felt really uncomfortable. If you are well versed on internet culture, especially on the whole liminal spaces and the back rooms, then you would notice that this whole section of the mod takes direct inspiration from this image right here. A built-in Holiday Inn hotel at the London airport. Hello? What should I do? Alright. Pinche. Do not kill me. Why are you following me? This is the part of the game where I felt the most lost. I just didn't know what I had to do. It didn't help at all that there was a German Shepherd following me around, barking right in my ear the entire time. The unsettling feel of being on this strange place with a dog that could very well be a creature from hell ready to tear my face open just made me feel very on edge. Stop. I do not trust you. Why do you stare at me like that? But that didn't matter. What did was that I needed to keep moving forward. And moving forward I did. Straight into this. Stop. No. Good dog. Good dog. Nice little doggy. No, wait. But there's the dog. And there's the other dog. Ah! Now, you may have noticed that this place doesn't make any sense at all. So, I'm gonna let this next clip speak for itself. Okay, I'm gonna try and go. Okay, I can go from here, apparently. We're going down, then upwards. What? But if the exit is there, and I just came from here, be careful. ¿Qué? I'm tripping. I don't know what type of black magic Steve did while making this, but it fucked with my brain really hard, to the point where I began feeling unwell as I tried to decipher this puzzle. And you would think that after having this hellhound running at me the entire time, and the maze-like brutally structure that makes me feel very vulnerable, weak and small, you would believe that the game would give me a breather, but no. Instead, it gives me stuff like this. What the hell? ¿Qué vergas fue eso? Thanks game. Now I feel like someone is watching me the entire time. There's still a place that I hadn't explored, and that was the Hellhound's lair. So I grabbed my shotgun and my balls in the process and decided to make a run for it. But how to do it? Oh, where am I? 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 Oh, going upstairs, downstairs now here. Am I safe? There's a chair I can use to go back. Do not. Okay, I can go. No. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Now where should I go? Left or right? I was able to reach this weird tunnel. I went through it and found this hole in the floor. Okay, God. Fuck you! And what did I find, you may ask? Well, another hole. And if you're wondering, yes, I descended even further below, only to be surprised that I didn't descend at all. And the good puppy was happy to see I was back too. So, some way, in my desperate attempt to escape, I was able to find this secret passageway. I ran inside the tunnel and reached this. Boy. Where? ¿Dónde vergas es? What? What just happened? For those wondering, yes, this parking lot is an entire loop. Not only that, but now I need to go upstairs to what seems to be an airport. Oh yes, America. Lebanon, Puerto Vallarta. Oh, we're on an airport, right? I guess now I'm on an airport. I began on a house. What? I think one of the most horrific places to be is an empty airport in the middle of the night. But well, we have to keep moving forward. I went through some security lines. I made the metal detectors go because I was carrying half of America's arsenal up my ass. I went to your typical airport store to get some overvalued goodies. Cola! And then I went to the bathroom because that's what you do when you are at the airport. Right? But well, you know, this game really likes to fuck with me. So before I move forward, I'll let this clip do the honors. Wait, what? What the f... Okay. That was extreme. That was pinche juego idiota estúpido puñetas. I wasn't expecting that, not a single bit. Also, what the hell are those things supposed to be? I've never seen them once in my entire life. Good thing they are dead now. I then explored the woman's bathroom, expecting to be ambushed by more monsters, but all I found was this toilet filled with blood. What's up with the blood, man? I thought I could go down this way where the luggage comes from, but I'm just too big to go inside. I then noticed that there was a flight that was going home, but it was cancelled. Sort of. Anyways, I went through gate 4 and entered the plane. Now, this whole section made me feel extremely anxious. And I am not talking about the sound of the engines growing intensely, that's alright, but by the fact that there was no pilot in the cabin, and more so because of this sound. Signaling that if you do not do something, it's game over. And I didn't want something blasting right in my ears. I despised that. Luckily, one of the emergency exits was open. All I needed to do was dive straight into my demise. And that's what I did. This is it. Let's go. I love this game. Not only was my house empty, but the attic was now gone. Nowhere to be seen. Like if it never existed in the first place. I guess I will never have that Christmas sphere. Big sad. The doors that led to the outside were back, so I guess it's game over. Right? I can't find anything. Ha! Navidson Realty for sale, sold. What? $34 minutes for that one? Now, you might be wondering inside your head, what was that all about? Is this really it? Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, my friends, but everything you have watched up until this point was me failing horribly in trying to beat MyHouse.WAD. Not because I was bad at the game, but because everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong. So I decided to go back inside and try something that I was afraid to do when I was in this endless illogical mass of concrete, that being throwing myself into the abyss. Because if this game has taught me anything, is that you need to think outside of the box to beat it. And so back inside I went. In this third playthrough, I wanted to experiment. I knew I was not ready to beat the game, as I still found it really hard to understand what I was supposed to do. So the only thing I could think about was, what if I threw myself into the endless abyss of the hotel? Well, here goes nothing. Yes, I hate this. Now, this was something entirely new. Trying to kill myself in this game spawned me in this endless loop of staircases. It didn't matter if I went further down or upwards. All I could find was a door that led me to 3 different areas. A place I will call heaven, another set of staircases, and whatever this thing is. What? What am I seeing? That's my house, right? I can see my Series X. I love how this mod likes to put you on the most uncomfortable situations. When I reached this infinite staircase, all I could think about was the movie called The Incident, where 2 men are trapped inside an infinite staircase for 35 years. I'm not going to spoil the movie for you, but I do recommend you watch it. Anyways, I decided to go through this door and found myself in my house once again. What? What the hell, man? I'm gonna go back to the attic and see if something changed. Not really. Everything's still the same. The doors that led to the outside are still not there, so I guess there's still much to do. Great. While I was searching through my house, I noticed something strange. This room was not here before. In fact, this is not even possible in the first place, because this door leads straight into another room that should be in this space right here. What the hell is even going on? But on we go. I opened the door and I entered this room that I had never seen before. Inside this room I found a fireplace, couches, a pretty nice view, and a Pepsi can from the 80s. I want pop. Now I really want some pop. It's strange because I've been grabbing these few items since I began the level, but I have no idea what they are used for, if they have any use at all. I still need that Christmas sphere, so the game will not be truly over until I get it. I go outside the room and another door appears. Fantastic. I opened it and this fancy monochrome looking living room greets me in advance. This space feels weird, like it's lost in time or something. The only thing of value in here is this milkshake, further developing the idea that I need to search for more items to beat the game inside my head. Like if this was just another Slender game of sorts. Anyways, I head back outside and I heard something that was simply not right. There's a noise coming from the outside of the house, or maybe from downstairs. I go down to the basement and see that a bookshelf reveals a secret doorway, a secret room with some cat litter trays on the floor and a broken power box. I wonder what would happen if I pressed the action button beside it. Only one way to find out, I guess. What? Somehow, I blew up my house, and demons unknown to mankind overran it. Being that this is my house, there was only one thing I could do. Kill them all. Get away from my house. The fuck? While I was exterminating my invaders, I was able to find 3 different items in my burnt out house. A teddy bear, a ruined picture, and a diary. After killing everyone, I went downstairs and noticed that the skybox looked very different from upstairs. Down here, it looked grey and washed out, and upstairs, it looked like hell on earth. But that's not all. Something strange began happening in the basement. All of a sudden, all the color and identity of the house was stripped away. All that remained was the concrete the house was made of. Not only was this bizarre, but it was also oddly disturbing. Everything just blends so well together that you do not truly know where you are. One small misstep and you could be lost forever in this endless section of rooms and hallways. The house was still locked up, yet I remembered that good old door in the basement service room that leads to the garage upstairs. So I went there and, well, just watch. What? I was back in square one. Desperate, I went through the parking lot, entered the airport, boarded the plane, killed some monsters that freaked me the hell out. The fuck? Jumped out of the plane and arrived to my house once again. Is it my house really? It's empty and burnt out. I guess this isn't my house anymore. With nothing more to do, not even being able to reach the attic because it's destroyed, I go outside and finish the game. Tired of not being able to decipher my house, I took a break and went for a bite. I am human after all. While I was eating my sandwich, I was reading through Steve's journal from the Google Drive. I read it once before beginning the journey through my house, but all I could get from it was that Steve was slowly becoming insane. But now that I've gone through my house a couple of times, I remembered most of the bizarre things that happened to me in my house also happened to Steve himself. August 29th, 2022. I had the strangest dream last night about my childhood friend that recently passed away. We were playing Legos in his basement like we always used to do as kids, and when I turned around, he was gone. The house was empty and silent. Everything was so quiet and still. I then began to smell smoke and heard screams from upstairs. I ran upstairs, and when I got there, the house was just a burnt frame. Smoke was getting thicker and thicker, and I could barely see or breathe. I searched for my friend, but I couldn't find him anywhere. I couldn't see anything. I started to panic, and then I found myself outside in the fog. I was alone, but I could hear low growls in the distance. This nightmare Steve had was what happened when we pressed the power box from the basement, destroying my house, or Tom's house. I guess this is the bad ending? No one really knows. January 14th, 2023. Last night I had a nightmare that felt so real I can still feel the fear and terror coursing through me as I write this. I was in an airplane and I was the only passenger. I looked out the window to see the ground below and noticed that the terrain was unfamiliar. I had no idea where I was or where I was going. Suddenly the plane started to shake violently and I heard a solid loud noise coming from the engine. In the distance I could see a huge storm cloud coming towards me. I tried to communicate with the pilot, but I couldn't hear him over the sound of the engine. The plane began to dive and suddenly I felt a huge jolt. I looked out the window again and saw that the plane was heading for some kind of structure. I closed my eyes and felt the plane crash. I felt the impact and heard the screams and cries from the people around me. And then I woke up, my heart pounding and my body drenched in sweat. Sounds familiar? I believe this journal is the key for us to decipher this huge, bizarre puzzle called My House. Steve also mentioned stuff like taking a hot bath, visiting the attic, and going through a mirror. And all the dates from those events seem to have some kind of sequence, with the first thing we have to do is going through the mirror, then up to the attic, and taking a hot bath at the end. My goal for this video was to discover everything on my own, no YouTube guides and no help from the outside. Yet someone did tell me that I needed to go through underholes, that being map 2 of Doom 2, before going through the second house. So that's what I did. I went to underholes, killed everything, grabbed the super shotgun and all the ammo I could find, and went straight to my house? Isn't it the gauntlet? This was still the first house, and I was able to grab the chainsaw. Nice. I killed everything, grabbed all the keys, went outside to grab the non-existent soul sphere, went back inside and killed everything once again, activating the second house, and here is where everything should start. Strange. Everything starts from the second house. My goal was to search for a mirror that I could go through. In the first house, all the mirrors have no reflection, but in the second house, they all do. So exploring I went. I was pressing the action button like crazy on everything. Besides the bathtub in the main bedroom, there's this mirror with 2 sinks, and when I pressed the action button, the sink filled with water, and that seemed to also fill the bathtub as well. Thanks to that, I knew what my next objective should be: find all the sinks inside my house and fill my bathtub. I found one in the laundry room. I then went inside one of the bedrooms, and this happened. What the fuck? This hallway, made entirely of concrete, was tingling all of my senses. This was a living, breathing red flag. I knew something bad would happen if I went inside, so I did anyway. For this next little section of the video, I'll let the video play on its own. Enjoy. No. Do not tell me now I'm lost. I can still go back though. So, alright. Here goes nothing, I guess. No, I'm going too deep, man. No. 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 I'm lost. I'm now lost. God, no. I've come back. I came back. No, fuck this place. Okay. Alright. That could have went very wrong in so many ways. I could have got lost and never be able to come back if I went too deep inside the rabbit hole. I could have encountered a monster that could kill me. The possibilities were endless. So I thank the Doom gods for letting me escape unscathed. I'm not going down there again. I have a mission to do. Oh no. I searched for more sinks inside my house, and inside the guest bathroom in the first floor, I found this. This is the only bathroom in the entire house where you can climb through the toilet and into the mirror. What? In this version of the house, everything is inverted, even the sounds from the demons, the doors, everything. Let's call this place the other world. Because I love Silent Hill, and this reminds me of Silent Hill. You can even see the bathtub from the original house through the mirror of the other world, meaning that every mirror in the house is a passageway into this strange place. I began exploring the other world, and in the kitchen I found a wine bottle. Drunk body. And when I grabbed it, I noticed something changed. In the living room, there's this decoration with 8 empty squares. But once I grabbed the wine bottle, one square was filled with a glass of wine. And that's when it hit me. Maybe the goal is to find all the different items scattered through my house and fill up the decoration painting. Maybe once we do that, we will get our sweet ending. Also, because we are in the other world, then that means I can finally get my sweet Christmas sphere. Ha ha ha. Now we're making progress. I also found this baby bottle. It wasn't meant to be. Okay, that's dark. I tried to trigger the endless hallways in the other world, but I guess it's not possible. Thank goodness. After grabbing the Christmas sphere and the baby bottle, I went to see if the painting changed. But it didn't. I explored the entire house of the other world, but didn't seem to find anything new. So when I decided to go back into the real world, I saw this. A trail of plastic toy balls. Aha! The Christmas sphere and the baby bottle I grabbed on the other world filled the painting in the real world. So, out of 16 items I need to beat the game, I have only 3. Que chido. I followed the trail of toy balls and it led me down into the basement's office. And, well, just take a look. Ok. Pues vamos. Alright. Why? Just Why? One thing I noticed immediately as I arrived here is that this place, this daycare facility, is just MyHouse's basement. It's basically the same layout. I found a berserk power-up on a closet that I couldn't reach, and then I found another item. A baseball.
Oh, that's a baseball!
I also found this crack on the room's closet, and if you hit it, voila! Here's your berserk power-up. I then went to this other room, which was really bizarre, with this weird drawing on the chalkboard, and here I found another item, a box of adult crayons. Nice. I tried to go upstairs, but I'm a baby. Babies cannot do that. I tried to go outside too from the main entrance, but that was impossible too. Back inside the boardroom, I found this door that led to the outside. Is it this way? Oh. Alright. What? Oh! 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 Tranquilízate, idiota. ¿Qué te pasa? How much HP do you have, Shrek? Ugh. Damn. Picked up the gate key. And... Smugs. After grabbing those two items, I used the gate key, opened the gate, and arrived to my house once again. Alright. Okay. Die, you demons! Fuck you! The entrance doors, that being the garage door and the porch door, have now disappeared. Fun fact, this green shirt is just armor. Grab it. The baseball we grabbed on the daycare center has now been added into the real painting, so I guess the teddy bear and the box of crayons were added into the other painting. Now the impossible room that defies the laws of physics was activated. I grabbed the Pepsi can, went outside, turned on the sinks from the kitchen, grabbed the milkshake from the monochrome room, and went back into the house. I still can't get inside. I went to the kitchen of the real house and turned on the last sink. And with that, the bathtub was finally filled with water. What? Ugh. I don't like this anymore. November 23rd, 2022. I was dreaming about taking a nice hot bath. I felt myself sinking deeper and deeper into the warm water until I couldn't breathe. I tried to scream, but no sound escaped my lips. I was drowning on my own bathtub. Suddenly, I felt a jolt, as if I had been pulled out of the water. When I opened my eyes, I found myself in a subterranean cave, illuminated by a faint, eerie blue light. I could feel a chill in the air, and I could hear the echoing of demons in the distance. When I saw this, I thought to myself, yes, progress! And also, fuck, what the hell, man? I explored the entire drowned house. It was pretty hard to move through it. I went down into the basement to see if anything else had changed, checked every room, every bathroom, and every closet, but nothing seemed to have changed at all, until I tried to go back upstairs. Wait, what? 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 How is this even possible? Just like every other place we have encountered, this huge shower room is just another version of my house, with the same exact layout. I then go into what should have been one of the rooms from the first floor, and like always, the game just decides to play dirty. Ugh. Now we are on a pool. There's a big piranha-like fish inside of it, so of course there's an item we need underwater. A D20 dice. Great, luck is in my side. When you kill the big piranha and you grab the D20 dice, the piranha will explode and little piranhas will come out of its entrails and try to kill you. Reminds me to that very horrific scene from The Mist with the spiders. Besides the D20 dice item, there's a little entrance that goes underwater. So off we go. This is a maze where you battle against time, because if you are not quick, you will drown. So quick we swim, and the exit is found, which leads us to the garage? It must be the garage, as this door leads us to the entrance of the house. My head hurts a lot. While I was exploring this room, I saw something shine in the distance. A little piece of gold was waiting for me. Could this be another item? Let's find out. It's guarded by monsters. I made a quick run for it and more monsters appeared. I got really scared, so I ran for it and reached the end of the trail, with a wall closing behind me, unable to grab my golden item. And now we arrive to the hotel. ¿Por qué el pinche hotel? Good thing I saved the game on the drowning house before reaching the hotel. Great, Midnight, you are very intelligent. I then load my safe with one goal in mind. That being, grabbing that little gold item I need. I died quite a few times because the demons have these bullshit homing projectiles that do a ton of damage, and every time I died I reloaded my save. But then something strange happened. There was one time I died and instead of loading my save I just went to take a leak. I am human after all. And when I came back I was here. Huh? How did I end up here? And so for those wondering, this is what happened. I never died. I was just a bit unconscious and was taken to a hospital. This game is full of surprises. I tried to open every door I encountered until I found this. I do not know about you, but having a faceless black humanoid mask staring at me always puts me on edge. I continue exploring this endless hospital hallway and I found a key for the room. Okay, let's... Stop watching me, man. What should I do? I feel needed. Stop watching me. What's this? Oh shit. I came back to life. I later discovered that you can only do this once. So with this chance given to me by heaven, I took my arms up and blasted away. With all the demons now in hell, I had a free ticket on grabbing my golden item. A gold wedding ring. I do. I went through the mini tunnel and arrived in the hotel. Fun fact, if you grab the blue keycard before going outside in the first house, you can grab the plasma rifle here. Nice. If you have noticed too, this hotel is also my house, and it has two versions of it, a big house and a small house, with the small house having the nice German Shepherd and the big house having the Hellhound. The way I take it is that in the small house we are an adult, and we see the dog as just that. A dog, and in the big house we are an infant. The doors are immense, we can't reach anything without the help of someone, and we perceive the dog as a big monster, because that's what kids do. Maybe, just maybe, Thomas drew this dog in his sketchbook because that's how he perceived his dog when he was younger. But more on that later. We find a rich pumpkin over at the entrance of the big house, and if we jump down through the first hole and open this secret passageway and strafe run as fast as we can, we might be able to reach this ledge which is in the big house, which will lead us to another secret tunnel and onto another item. A kitten tuna, because, you know, Thomas liked to spoil his kitten rotten. In the entrance of the small house, you can, very carefully, jump into this extension of the building, drop inside this tiny hole and find your third and last item of the hotel, the dog's frisbee. Fun fact though, the big dog and small dog are the same entity, so if you kill the small dog, which you can basically one-shot with the shotgun, the big one will die too. Now, you do not have to kill him, but if the big dog is too much for you to handle, well, you know what to do. One thing I noticed when being on the hotel is that you can reach several of the lightened rooms on the other buildings. One gives you a megasphere, nice. Another one is simply empty, puta madre. And I noticed another one in the window, right beside the first hole you drop into in the big house. It looks impossible to do, but I know I can do it. This jump took me a tremendous amount of time. I had to load my save more than 50 times, maybe even 100. I'm not kidding, but when I finally did it, I reached this. See, I finally did it. A simple room with a couch, a lamp, and a TV. Hello? This is how nightmares begin. I dropped down to the abyss, went through the infinite staircase, watched the incident, it's a good movie, and then I reached my house once again. And finally, we have obtained all the items from the real world. Not from the other world, but from the real world. Also, the flower painting has been replaced by this painting from my house's yard, revealing a secret entrance. Yes. Progress. Before taking this new adventure, I went to the other world to see how many items I had missing. Huh. Only 2. Excellent. Before going through the secret entrance, I went back into the hotel by using the secret passageway that can only be used once, dropped down the 2 halls, back into the parking lot, through the airport, and grabbed the pills from the woman's bathroom, refilled the pills by using the blood of the fucking demons, took off with the plane, killed some monsters, and drop off to my house once again. Now, the last item should be inside this secret entrance. So off we take. Are you kidding me now? What am I supposed to do? I'm out in the forest? All alone by myself? No sound? No music? Nothing. Just me, my double-barrel shotgun. The light of the moonshine shining upon me. That didn't make any sense whatsoever. I see a light, a red light. This seems strangely familiar. January 7th, 2023. I was driving along a road in the woods when all of a sudden my car veered off the road and crashed into a tree. I woke up to find myself in the driver's seat with an injured and bleeding leg. My head was spinning and I felt disoriented. I dragged myself out of the car and hobbled my way through the woods in hopes of finding someone for help. My leg was in agony and I felt like I was going to faint. Through the trees, I saw the lights from a lonely gas station. This is just like the dream Steven had, so I followed the light and found the lonely gas station. Huh. Okay, I entered the gas station and gave myself a little treat. This sludge, this Slurpee gives you 200 HP, which is nice, but I would later discover that doing this in this part of the game was not a good idea. And it was like shooting myself in the foot, like 5 times, but on we go. I go inside a storage and find the last item we needed. An Atari controller. I went inside the store's bathroom and lo and behold, we are back in my house once again. If having all the items in the real world opened this secret passage, then the same thing should happen in the other world. So I went through the mirror and found that my hypothesis was right. But now, the flower painting was replaced with a painting of a fireplace, the gas station, and a bus stop. I open the secret passage in the other world and go through the fog-infested woods. The car is now missing. In its place is just a tiny flashlight. I followed the light and I found a mirrored gas station all the same. The car is now here, besides the store, but the gas station has seen better days. I searched for the campfire as shown in the painting, and I was able to see smoke towering through the trees in the distance. Following it, I found a little entrance into a camp. With a tree trunk with S+A carved onto it. Is this my ending? At the beach? At least give me some burgers, a little bit of pizza. What the hell is this supposed to be? S? Oh, S and A. Wait, what? Yes. It was all a fluke. If you interact with this movie production tablet, you will get this. There's nothing you can do here, as this is your and our ending. If you are wondering, yes, all of this ties into Steve's journal. February 27th, 2023. I was standing at the beach staring out at the placid water, the ocean stretching out as far as the eye could see. Seagulls cawed overhead and the gentle caress of water tapped the sand in front of me. I dipped my toes into the water, at least I tried. There was no water. No ocean. It was all an illusion. I realized everything around me was fake. The trees, the birds, the sand. It was all a one-act play, and I was Willy Loman, a damned fool who believed in something greater. But here was no happiness to be found. I wandered the set only to find myself staring into oblivion. It was the end of time itself. No joy, no misery, no sadness, only emptiness. Men of faith tell us the afterlife is for eternity, but is it possible to keep your sanity for eternity? A day passes in the void, a month, a year, 2, 5, 10. Is this an eternity? 20 years, 100 years, 1,000 years. I've sat in this room for 1,000,000 years now, entertaining the same thoughts, pondered the same questions, and ruminated on every mistake in my life, anguishing over them for centuries. 1,000,000,000 years now, double that, now double it again. I am still nowhere close to the end of eternity. I pray for death, but it never comes. Just me and my thoughts and my mistakes and my insecurities and my regrets and my loneliness. Somewhere in another dream, the version of myself that winked back is sitting on the real beach, happy and content, knowing that life is finite. There is no afterlife, and happiness is found in the small things around us that we can control. Happiness has to be fought for. All of this is happening on the other world, where life after death exists. But it's just a black hole. Steve envies the Steve that winked back in the mirror from his dream. So what would happen if we open the tree trunk in the other world, but run back into the real world to the same spot? Well, first, you're going to be followed by this invincible archvile that appears from inside the firewood. Do not fight it. It will destroy you. Run as fast as you can back to the otherworld house. It's already too late. The Archvile has already resurrected most of the demons from the house, but it doesn't matter. We push through and go through the mirror into the real world. The house, my house, is now overrun by demons. There are archviles resurrecting demons inside my house, and there's a whole army of demons waiting for you outside. It seems impossible to do at first glance, but remember, happiness has to be fought for. I do not have a rocket launcher, not even the BFG, so my course of action was to run in circles and make every demon infight until they killed each other. When I found my chance, I entered the secret passage and onto the road. Our happiness is one step closer every step we take. I found a car filled with medkits and ammo, and I prepared for the worst. I am underpowered, have next to no health. I am outnumbered, as you can see the legions upon legions of demons in the background ready to ambush me, and there's a spider mastermind on top of the gas station. This is an even fight. What's next is one of the most epic last stand showdowns I've had in any game at all. I fought for my life because happiness has to be fought for. And then I saw what was pretty much my only chance on reaching my happiness. So I took a leap of faith, and by that I mean I sprint like a motherfucker and fought my way into the campfire. I was able to get into the woods, and then congratulations, we have made it into the true ending, which gives us a beautiful view of the beach. The ending Steve wanted all along. If you have reached this part of the video, I thank you from the bottom of my heart, as this took me a pretty long time to put together. So a like, a share and a comment would be greatly appreciated. But before I end this video, what if instead of going through the secret passage in the yacht, we first grab all the items from the real world and the other world, burn the house down by using the power box, fight through the hordes of monsters, go back into the hotel, drop down the halls, follow through the parking lot to the airport, board the plane, drop down the house, exit it, and then open the secret door. Yeah, I can't scan the QR code, so who the hell knows what this is? I guess only the people that scanned the code knew its content, so if you know the contents of the code, please let me know down below. And well, we reached the end of the video. I think this WAD was fantastic. The creator managed to make me feel a consistent level of high uneasiness without having to resort to stuff like gore and jump scares. Just goes to show you how good a psychological horror can be if done right. I'm sure there's a lot of things I missed in this video, but my goal was to get the real ending without looking anything up, so I'll take this as an absolute win. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video everywhere, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Adios. Bye. Hello my beautiful Patreons. Huge thank you to M. Dama, Natarel Nam, Pneumatic Bear, Saint Overkill, Andy Gonzalez, Dan the Man, Aaron Warren, Nick Irving, Romy Hasagawa, Frankosaurus, Jordan Willingham, Cody D. Loner, Jakufumu, Elijah Riley, Kudu Kenshi, Megaton, George, Unknown User Zero, Awesome Bra, and Florian Hablo. I appreciate your support. Thank you.